All right, guys, welcome back to Tuesday mini-sode series on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast with your favorite host, Misty. And you guys already know this is where you guys get a deeper look into my soul and I tell you what I'm present with. So before we dive into this deep look into my soul, all right, maybe not so deep, but deep enough. Oof, that's what she said. Okay. All right. Back to normal. Okay. Sorry. Here goes what I'm present with. I am present with that this week, you guys are in for a treat. By the end of the week, you guys are going to have access, maybe not by the end of the week, maybe in just in a couple of more days. You guys are going to have a link on our little website, which is, the link tree. And you guys are going to be able to sign up to our email list. I would love for you guys to sign up because once you do sign up, you're going to get follow-up email on the very first announcement that I have to make regarding, yes, you guessed it, the live show that will be happening here in New York motherfucking city. So I will send you guys the invite to those of you who would love to join in on virtual access. It will be available on the day of the event. You guys will have front row seats from your home or from wherever you are to join in on this little, kind of like this mini-sode, but a mini show. Yep. Still a full dose load, a double dose at that. And it's going to be dope. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait. I have decided to do it in a very cautious way, considering still safety measures and just, respecting certain rules and just, what's in place as far as like capacity levels in public places. It is going to be at a public place. So capacity in most public places in New York City is only 50%. As of right now. With that being said, I just want to be respectful to the business owner where this event will be taking place in New York City. And the way I decided to go was just to make it invite only to select few because there is a very, very limited amount of seats basically. And I wanted to be able to be cautious and just be very safe and take those measures. Nevertheless, it's still going to be a dope as fuck little show and a moment to just celebrate the journey this has been. That's really what this is about. And I'm excited for you guys to just sign up to that email list so you guys can receive the very first email on what you need to do to be able to get the virtual tickets you're going to need to just come join me and see the show and join in on the fun. I'm definitely going to have a team that day who's going to be able to work the behind the scenes. So you're going to be able to interact and there's going to be someone able to let me know what you guys are asking, what you guys are saying virtually. So I'm totally excited. I hope you guys have your notifications on my social media, especially IG, where everything gets updated. I share on my little IG stories, all the updates. And so please stay tuned, pay close attention. And I'm just excited. This event is happening on April 24th this month. It took me a little bit of time, but I wanted to make sure there was enough time to see how outside looks. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to be able to do this. I'm excited to see some very familiar faces and meet a few faces for the first time. I'm excited to just be able to celebrate this and have an entire vibe of just drinks, food, and good company. So now that I told you that's what I am present with, let's take a little deep look into my soul. So a lot of you know that, you guys are listening to this on a Tuesday, of course. This past week, we got hit with certain news basically worldwide about a famous singer, of course, a famous rapper, I should say, that many of us knew, especially my generation. And I wanted to start with that because, for one, come back, stay tuned to the full episode this Thursday. It will be a little tribute to him because on the learning of the news of what has happened to him leading up to, unfortunately, his passing, there was a topic of conversation at hand that I discussed on the show, and he was definitely mentioned. And that being said, he being one of my most favorite rappers, there's a story behind that. Someday I'll share a little bit of more detail. There was a certain discussion that I was able to bring to the table and have a very uncomfortable conversation comfortably with my guest. We will pay a little tribute to him then. Rest in peace to DMX. But nevertheless, on the day that he passed, there was a lot of things going on for me personally. There was a lot of things that I was preparing for emotionally, mentally, and there was just a lot of things that I had planned for that did not go as planned. And so to find out about his passing, it was very hurtful. It hurt a lot. It was very emotional too. So it just kind of added to the day. And it became a little bit of a reflective moment for me. It became a moment of just how many of us, right? We deal with our own shit. We're dealing with the shit of having a plan on just any given day. We deal with the things of taking a day off to have a whole plan, right? And then things don't work out. And then somehow out of left field, there is a bad news, like just out of nowhere. It just comes out of nowhere. And all the emotions that go through our minds and all of our thought process and just the way we feel and just how it throws us off path, completely off the path. It just disturbs our day, especially when we give a fuck. It disturbs our day. And I couldn't help but be so reflective on that and just realizing like, yo, Misty, it don't matter if you 15, 25 or 35. This shit can still get to you when you do care, right? And so I kind of like just had to sit with it. And I kind of just had to think to myself, some things are completely out of your control. I've definitely shared that with you guys. I've reflected on this on my mini-sodes and my episodes. But then there are some things that are within your control. And so I realized then that I've gotten a little bit too comfortable with the fact that I always figure things out and things just always work out, whether it's my way or not, whether it was as I had it planned or not. I've realized that a lot of the time there is so much overwhelmness trying to balance out with underwhelmness. It's a fight sometimes, the balance itself, where we're trying to meet at a common ground, like me versus me, right? And I don't want to go through that because I can't control that shit that just comes out of nowhere. I can't control things that just surprise me. I can't control these unexpected events. I can't control when something terrible happens and it hits us and it affects us. But there's certain things I can control. There's certain things I've gotten too comfortable with just figuring shit out. I don't have a plan B or a plan C. I have my heart set too much on a plan A. And I realized that is not the only way to go. And it brought me back to the planning of this live show. It brought me back to November, December, maybe even October of last year, where I had a conversation with a friend who is also in the pod industry, who I've been able to turn to for some guidance. And I remember him telling me, you're planning well ahead, but this could be your plan A, and you should probably have a plan B and a plan C. He may have said to also have a plan D in there. I don't remember. But I forgot about that. I wasn't working towards that. I wasn't thinking of that. I wasn't thinking of that concept in a lot of parts of my life. And I probably should, because you would think at this point, I probably learned that plan A doesn't always fucking execute successfully the way I planned it. And I've been slacking. I've been slacking on making sure that if at the forefront I'm not good, my backup is. And I don't know, it just kind of stayed with me. I've been a little reflective on that. I've had to sit down. I've had to review my agenda. I've had to review my deadlines. I've had to review my projects. I've had to kind of look at myself and say, did you bite a little bit too much? Can you handle all of this? Like, are you becoming a little bit of an overachiever? Why the fuck are you challenging yourself too much? I kind of had to have that conversation with myself too. And have no fear, as always. Things will work out and I will be successful in my current plans. But I do want to commit to doing a little better with this shit and not necessarily putting on myself so much stress and all this, I mean, I'm a one-woman show on this show, but I'm a one-woman show in real life. Yes, I have support, of course. I have support from many of you guys with this show. Of course, I have support in real life, but I'm still a one-woman show in real life. And I can't do this to myself. I preach so much shit about Me being my only cheerleader, me being my only hype man, me being the only person that could take care of me, right? But am I practicing that shit? Because part of that is I could create all the many plans I want, but I should have a backup so that I don't feel like I failed myself, so that I don't feel like I let myself down if something doesn't work out. And then I'm stressing myself to make it work, period. It was a reality check. It was a reality check on a sequence of events in a matter of 24 to 36 hours. And we had to, as I said it before in a previous episode, we had to check out to check back in. And I wanted to share that with you guys. As you guys know, I always keep it all the way transparent and raw with you guys. I wanted to be open on that because it's been a little bit of a struggle. It's been a little bit of a testing time. And if you guys listen to my episode, my mini-sode last week, you guys know that I was tested a whole week, 2 weeks before. I've been getting tested with a lot of different situations and scenarios. But this time, the one that's been testing me has been me. The one that's been challenging me so much has been me. And I also have to make sure that I'm not too hard on me. I keep forgetting that. I know I'm supposed to not be too hard, but I keep forgetting that. And I keep falling back into old habits. So yeah, we're going to do better. I promise. And on that note, thank you guys for allowing me to come to be transparent, to share a little bit of a moment with you guys on what I've been up to, what's been going on in general, of what this show is having, what it's going to display and show for you guys. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Oh my God. My outfit is going to look cute. My heels hurt already, but that's okay because you guys already know 4 inches or above. So thank you guys, as always, for joining me on this Tuesday mini-sode series on Double Dose of Raw Talk podcast with your favorite host, Miss T. And I will talk to you next week. Bye.